Thank you guys for joining for the trial class, taking out time. I really appreciate that. And I have known a lot about you guys. I just want to reintroduce myself as well, if anyone of you don't know about my background. So, hi, my name is Samriddhi, and you can call me Sam. I love learning languages. I have studied 5 languages till now: Sanskrit, Hindi, English, Mandarin, and Japanese. Currently, I'm dabbling between Japanese and Sanskrit because I've lost the touch, so I'm trying to reconnect with those 2 languages again. And talking about my language journey, I have been studying Mandarin since 2013. Officially, this August, I completed like 8 years. I studied from Delhi University in India, Chengzhou University, and Nanjing Normal University in China. And I've got scholarships to study in China twice. And I've cleared HSK level 5, which is like a C1 level in this February 2020. And now I'm currently studying for HSK 6. So I'm a student as well as a teacher. And talking about my teaching journey, I started teaching Mandarin in 2016 once I finished my B2 level to Indian and foreign students and corporates. In 2020, I have moved my module completely from online to offline to online teaching. Now I also run a YouTube channel and a blog by name Living the China Life, where I talk about my life in China because I was living in China for like past 1.5 year, and I'm still gonna go for the next year. So you can follow me if you wish to know about China. And I also have an Instagram page where I give Chinese language tips and resources, and you can find all the Chinese language related updates. Now, currently, what I'm really doing is I'm conducting online workshops for Chinese languages and webinars, teaching different courses on Mandarin Chinese, like kids, corporate, HSK, and organize virtual Chinese language meetups to help people practice their speaking. So I'm gonna keep my first virtual meeting maybe by end of August. We're gonna play games. But it's gonna be Chinese games, and we are gonna practice Chinese. So if any one of you have already started Chinese, you may join this as well. Now, additionally, I also provide free guidance and counseling to people who wants to self-study Mandarin Chinese but don't know where to start, need tips and resources to improve a particular part of the language, apply for scholarships to study in China, have questions regarding doing business or living in China. So even if you enroll or not enroll, irrespective of that, if you anytime want my help in Mandarin, I'm always be happy to help you guys. Now, a personal story of why I really started teaching Mandarin. I feel like everybody because asked me this question a lot, so I thought to just give you an overview. So I started teaching language because I struggled a lot when I started this language. Like I've studied this language 4 times from starting, and still I struggled a lot. And because I never found the right resources, there was no teachers to guide us, like what how do we study. They just give us one book and they told us to just study from this one book, and languages are not studied from the book. But the thing is, I think our Indian education system has not come up with the more versatile way of teaching languages. And during that process, I personally researched a lot, like how can I make this language easier for me. And in this process, I actually learned a lot. And I realized that now I think I have gained so much knowledge that I want to give back to people, because I see people till now struggling with the language so much. So that only made me started teaching this language, so no anybody else don't have to struggle with the same. And I have also received a 6 months training by a native Chinese from Beijing. So I'm trained. So I just didn't pick up Chinese. I have been trained to teach as well. And yeah, getting over in the after my introduction, let's now get back, go to the main topic, which is about Chinese language. So today we're going to learn a lot about the language, how it works, how to speak, and everything. So the first question that comes in mind is, what is Chinese language? Like even my poster says learn Mandarin Chinese. Why it's not saying Chinese? Because Chinese is not really a language. So what is Chinese language? That's what we are going to discover first. If you guys have any questions, you can unmute yourself and ask, or you can also put it in the chat. I'll reply to it. So let's get started. What is Chinese language? So now, if you know anything about history of China, you will know there are 56 ethnic groups in China. And in those 56 ethnic groups, 90% of the people are coming from one ethnic group. That one ethnic group is called Han ethnic group. And the other 10% are the 55 other minorities, which are the Tibetan, Uyghur, Mongol, and many others. Now, their languages are different from the Han people. Tibetan has their own script, Tibetan language, Uyghur, same, Mongolian has their own language, own script. Now, the Han people also have their own language and own script. That language is actually known as Chinese language. So we study Chinese language and not the minorities language because these Han people actually dominate the most of the China. So that's why we speak their language, which is Chinese language. Now, the next question comes in anyone's mind is, do different regions of Han people speak the same Chinese? What I mean here is, if there is a Han people or like any, let's say Chinese person in Beijing and in Shanghai and in Guangzhou, do they speak the same Chinese language? The answer is no, they don't. So this Chinese language has a lot of dialects which actually differ in pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar. So here you can see languages of China where there is Mandarin, Chin, Wu, Hui, Kan, Xiang, Min, Hakka, Yue. So Yue is basically the Cantonese. So these Mandarin and Cantonese and other languages you are seeing, they're not really languages, but they're dialects of Chinese language. The Chinese language is somewhere you can say a branch of Chinese language. It's a more like branch, and then there are a lot of dialects which people speak. Now, let's say for example, hello. In Beijing dialect is Ni Hao. In Shanghai dialect is Nung Ho. And in Guangdong dialect is Lei Ho. So Lei Ho, Nung Ho, Ni Hao, it's all different, right? So because in every province of China, there are 34 provinces, everybody has their own dialect. So everybody wanted to unify, the Chinese government wanted to unify this languages and solve the problem of, speaking different dialects and people not understanding each other. So they decided that we're going to choose one dialect, and that dialect is going to be our official language of China. Now, because capital of China is Beijing, so they picked up the Beijing dialect as the official dialect of China or official language of China. Now, this Beijing dialect is actually called as Mandarin. Mandarin is basically a Beijing dialect, and in Chinese, it's known as Putonghua. Putonghua means a common people's language. So this Beijing dialect is a dialect which is spoken by not only China, but Hong Kong, Taiwan, Singapore, and even it's one of the official languages of United Nations as well. So if anybody knows Cantonese or any other dialect, that person, if the person is educated, have studied in school, he will know Mandarin, because Mandarin is compulsory in all the schools. Even in Hong Kong, it was compulsory since 1997. So even there is a dominated Cantonese speaking population, they will speak Mandarin as well. That's the story of Chinese language, Mandarin and Cantonese, what it's all about. Okay, I hope there is no questions. Just tell me if there are any questions. Okay, great. So now we're going to enter into Mandarin Chinese. Okay, we got it. Chinese language, Mandarin. What about it now? So now there are two systems in Mandarin Chinese. Okay. All right. There are two systems in Mandarin Chinese. One is the phonetic system that is called pinyin, and next is the writing system, which is basically characters. Now this phonetic system actually gives us the sound. It helps us to speak and listen Chinese. It helps us to learn the accurate pronunciation of Mandarin words, and it helps us to input Chinese characters on our computer or smartphone. You will get to know how to do that in later slides. And first of all, let me give you an example. What I'm trying to say, what is sound, what is meaning? It's very confusing. So this character that you see here, you might not know what is it pronounced as. But if you have just studied the Chinese characters, you can tell that, okay, the meaning is hello. So this character together actually means hello. But how to say this hello in Chinese? To able to speak this character, we need this phonetic system. Now, when I introduce this phonetic system, you see these English alphabets, and now you can suddenly read it. Okay, this is Ni Hao. So this romanization of Chinese characters is done by this phonetic system called pinyin. if there is no romanization, you can't really read these characters. So this basically bridges a bit, gaps the bridge between the Chinese characters and its meaning. So you can pronounce it like ni hao. Now Chinese character, what is the role of Chinese character? Is actually represents concept rather than the sounds. So here it usually represents a concept. Basically, this character means you, and this character means good. So it is basically giving you the meaning, and it helps you understand the meaning of the syllable. Now this is a very different from English. In English we learn first alphabets like A B C D E F G H, and then there is a word called traffic. Now traffic is a sound, it doesn't really mean anything. Like we know traffic means like there's a lot of traffic, but in Chinese it's really different. There is a sound called ni hao, and there is an individual meaning behind it as well, that ni means you and hao means hello. So that's why we have two systems that go simultaneously in Chinese language. Now, we are going to enter into this phonetic system today. I'm not going to touch on characters because it's a trial class. I want to give a feel of like how it feels like to learn this phonetic system. If you're interested in about the writing system, I conduct workshops as well that you can attend to actually get yourself from zero to hero in Chinese characters. Like I make you self-reliant in basically learning characters. So okay, let's enter into the phonetic system. That is the first system of the Mandarin Chinese. So how does this form? The concept of pinyin, what is it? So there are three components in Chinese pinyin. One is the initial, one is final, and one is tone. In a very layman language, one consonant, one vowel, and next is the tone. Now, can anybody tell me how many consonants are there in English and how many vowels are there in English again? Anybody? I would ask Akshay. Yeah.
Yeah, five vowels and the rest would be consonants.
Yes, five vowels and rest would be consonant, 21 consonants. So similarly, the way English works, the Chinese also works the same way. There, the consonant is basically we are talking about initial, and the vowel, the final, when we are saying, we are basically talking about vowel. And there is this tone thing, which I'm gonna get to you in a while. So any syllable in Chinese language is composed of an initial, final, and a tone. In English also we have syllables, right? It's composed of majorly consonant, vowel, and sometimes just consonant as well. Now what are initials and finals? Just see, like in terms of Chinese language. So this initial is basically the consonant and the beginning of the pinyin. Syllable is the initial. So here we have an example. Now the cat in Chinese is known as Mao. I think it has derived from her sound meow, which is Mao. So the initial here, which are we talking about? Consonant, that is M, right? In English also the consonant is M. So M is the initial, and the final is the remaining vowels, like or it can be combination of vowels. That is, here is ow. So here is the initial, here's the final, and then we put the tone. Now, finals are the second and the final part of the syllable, always. So there will you will always see that there is first initial coming and then the final is coming. Now, finals are the only part that this is necessary in opinion. Why we are saying that final is the only important part and initial is not that? Because sometimes in Chinese, you don't really need a consonant to make up a sound. You can actually make up a sound just by using vowels. For example, the word for love is I. And now I, AI, both have vowels, it doesn't have consonant. Now why I'm going into so much detail, like okay, consonant, vowel, because you will realize that these actually help us to make words and then sentences. And even if you're just starting out with the Chinese and learning pronunciation, you can read full sentences because of this pinyin system. Now I'm just going to show you quickly what it all includes. So in English, we have 21 consonants. In Chinese also, we have 21 consonants. But in English, we have 5 vowels. But in Chinese, we have 36 vowels. So there are single vowels, or we say single finals. There are compound finals, which are the combinations. Or there are nasal finals, which are you are either speak it by nose or by throat. So these are the whole pronunciation that we need to learn first in order to speak Chinese. Now I'm gonna again give you an example that how this all works. We are gonna take an example of a word called Beijing, as you know it, the capital of China. Now, how this word has been constructed, we are gonna dissect it. So I want Manu. Manu, can you tell me what is the initial here and what is the final? Like find from here. What do you think? Where is this coming from? BEI.
Initial B and
Yes.
final
Sorry.
compound final EI.
Yeah, compound final EI. Right. And then we have the third part, that is tone. Okay, I want now Zenul. Can you tell me Ching, how is it coming? Which is the initial and which is the final here?
Initial is J, J,
J.
J, and final is
Yeah.
I.
I. We are taking up from
Yeah,
nasal
I.
finals.
Yeah, nasal
Ing.
finals.
Yeah.
Ing,
J and ing
ing.
and the tone. Ching. So when you learn these individual pronunciation and then when you learn the combining, when we are learning combining, we are actually learning these words. Like we are learning how to say Beijing, like pei and ching. Now, the best part about Chinese is this is our pronunciation goal. We have to master these 409 syllables. If you see here, these are all the consonants that there are listed: B, P, M, F, D, T, and L. And then there is all the vowels here: A, I, Ow, An, Ang, everyone. And then all the possible combinations from these vowels and consonants are in front of you, and there are 409 possible combinations. Now, this is a very easy thing and it is a very doable pronunciation goal. Why? Because in English, we are coming up with thousands pronunciation every day. Yesterday only, I came up with a word called succinct. And it was so hard for me to actually get into my head because I was actually pronouncing it as, I think, succinct, not succinct. So that NCT was so difficult for me, and I'm learning English from like childhood, and I still come up with English pronunciation, which is like, oh man, I don't know. I need to check up Google. But in Chinese, it's not like that. In Chinese, when you study the pronunciation for the first 6 or 10 hours, that is it. 50% pronunciation done right there. You are not going to come up with some new pronunciation which you have never seen in your life. No. What I'm going to do with you, what we are going to do together, that's it. So this is a very amazing part of Chinese language, that we have very limited syllables. But limited syllables has their own pros and cons. Because there are so many limited syllables, Chinese have come, and you know, you have to make up a language, so you can't really, and so these syllables get repeated in itself. Like you will see this pa repeated a lot of times because we have limited syllables, so we have to repeat these syllables. How do we differentiate these syllables if they are keep repeating pa? We differentiate them with this unique characteristic of Chinese, which is called tones. So Mandarin is a tonal language. Now this only thing really intimidates a lot of people. Oh my god, tones, what do they mean? It's like I have to sing Chinese or what? The thing is, keep in mind that no matter which language you speak, you use tones in your daily life. You don't believe me, right? I'll give you an example. In English, a person can say the word mom in many different tones. For example, if you're excited to see your mom, and you might exclaim in a high excited voice, "Mom!" like that, "Mom!" Then if you're looking for your mom, you might call it "Mom!" like a rising question, "Mom!" So one was "Mom," then "Mom." Then, if a mom asked her child to clean their room, and when they didn't want to, the child might say, "Mom, mom," right? So we have mom, mom, mom. And then the last one is, if your mom said something that offended you, you might yell out in surprise, "Mom!" like bit angry or like offensive way, "Mom!" with a shocked, falling tone of disapproval. Now, these sounds actually make up all the four of the Chinese tones that we are going to study. The only difference is that in Mandarin, they have names. Names in the sense like mom will remain the mom will remain mother. But in Chinese, it's not like that. In Chinese, what happens is Chinese people use the same sound with different tones of voices to convey different meanings. we are gonna take again. I'm taking a sound from mom only. So in Chinese, mom we say as ma, not this like ma in the first tone, mama. So mama is actually mother, but if I use this same syllable and I use it saying ma, it it doesn't mean mother, but it means scolds. And if I say ma, it means horse. So these each syllables have their different meanings. So it becomes very important to learn these pronunciation along with these tones, because if you just say the right pronunciation like ma, but you are using the wrong tone, you could be saying something completely different. Let me give you some examples. So if you want to say panda, which is xiong mao, you might end up saying xiong mao, which means hairy chest. Or you want to eat dumplings, so you might ask the person, hey, I want shui jiao. And if you mess up your tones, you might end up saying, hey, I want shui jiao. I want to sleep. Similarly, there is a superstitious thing in China that 4 is a very unlucky number for Chinese people. They don't have really like on their elevators, the 4 number cannot be pressed. There is no fourth floor that they really identify, and the fourth is like unlucky number. That's because of this pronunciation. So s in fourth tone means death. Fourth in fourth tone means 4, and in third tone s means death. So the 4 number is related to death. That's why it's very unlucky for them to use this number. So that's how you can mess up with tones. But at the same time, I want to just clarify that Chinese is a very contextual language. So even if I say that, okay, you might end up saying hair chest instead of panda, but if you are in a zoo and you do might mess up, the person will understand you're in a zoo, you're talking about a panda, you're not talking about a hair chest. So these minute mistakes works, but it doesn't mean you don't take tones seriously. Tones are should be taken very seriously, because Chinese people use tones. In order to speak like a native, you need to know the usage of tones. Now I have a very fun thing to show you. Do you know in Hindi also we have tones? I'm going to show you a fun video to actually make you realize how.
आपको लागत है हमारी स्टोरी नॉनसेंस है
और नहीं तो क्या तुम्हारे प्लेनेट की राष्ट्रीय भाषा भोजपुरी है।
अरे हमरे बोले पे तो कोनो भाषा ही नहीं है। माइंड से बतियाते हैं, कोनो कंफ्यूजन ही नहीं। यहाँ तो बोलते कुछ है पर बदल कुछ और निकलता है। एक एक शब्द के चार चार मतलब ऐसे मुंडी लाओ और बोलो अच्छा है मतलब सब ठीक ठाक है, वेरी गुड। आंख बड़ी करके बोलो अच्छा है तो मतलब साफ मान। तुम्हारी अम्मा का एक्सीडेंट हो गया, अच्छा साफ। फिर गुस्सा आता है तो आवाज लोड हो जाती है, अच्छा तुमको सिखा रिया है, अच्छा। हम जब सोचते हैं अम्मा वाला अच्छा अच्छा।
That's third tone.
शब्द के साथ साथ एक्सप्रेशन पर भी ध्यान देना पड़ता है, तब जाके बात समझ में आती है। सच बहुत है कंफ्यूजन है, पूरा 6 घंटा लगा हमको भोजपुरी सीखने में।
तब 6 घंटे में पूरी भोजपुरी सीख गए।
अरे कौन हाथ पकड़ने नहीं देता था।
So I hope you might got the context, and just he actually learned the Bhojpuri in 6 hours, as he says. We actually also learn the the Chinese language and the pronunciation and tones of Chinese language in 6 hours as well. Just gonna learn how to say these 5 tones in Chinese as well. So Chinese has basically 5 tones. So some people say it has 4 tones, some say 5 tones. I consider it as 5 tones because there is a neutral tone as well, which is basically no tone. So no tone also is a tone in Chinese. Now, the first tone in Chinese, which is a high level. Okay, so before coming to this, I'm going to show this chart to you. So you can see here written 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Consider this as a pitch of your voice. So 5, 5 is the highest pitch, the high pitch. 4, 4, mid high. 3, 3, mid pitch. 2, 2, low mid pitch, and 1, 1 is your lowest pitch. Okay, so first tone is like a high level. We have a straight line and we pronounce it as ah. So to remember this, you can either remember the concept of, okay, I'm calling my mom, mom, ah, or you can also remember it as, okay, you go to a dentist and dentist says, open your mouth. What do? You say ah. So we are going to practice these tones right now, but first I'm going to tell you all about it. So next tone is, so the first tone is the 5/5. Now the next tone, second tone, is the rising tone. So rising tone is again very simple. You ask a question, or you like mom or what? That is your second tone. Ah, ah. The third tone is basically falling and rising tone. So it's basically you're thinking well, or like mom, ah, ah. Fourth tone is the falling tone. So falling tone is basically the, I say that angry tone, because you basically from high pitch you're going to low pitch, like no or mom, like that. So, and the fifth tone is like no tone. We just say ma, oh, ah, ah. There is no ah. No, just ah. Okay. Now,
Sam, a
yeah,
quick question. Can you
yeah.
just talk about the first tone again?
Yeah, sure. The first tone is like a flat tone. It's a high level, high pitch tone. So you just, you like, if your dentist says to you, open your mouth, what do you do generally? You say, ah, that is the tone. Ah, ah, first tone. Ah. So I'm also going to make you practice with me. So I hope it's clear to you, Akshay. It's like high level.
So I
Ah.
was a little confused between first and the fifth one.
Okay. Fifth one is ah.
Okay, fine, understood.
Yeah, and first one is ah. Fifth one is ah.
Okay, got it.
Great. Okay, also I would like to
Smriti,
tell you.
sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah.
I just wanted एक example अगर मिलता था first tone और fifth tone का, Chinese.
कोई Chinese syllable together.
Yeah, Chinese pinyin. कोई भी Chinese pinyin.
Yeah, sure. So if I want to say mother in Chinese, mama, mama. So ma, first tone, ma is the neutral tone here. So mama. That's the one I can.
So first one is this extended version of fifth tone, you can say.
Yeah, right? yeah, exactly.
Correct. Thank you so much.
More exaggerated version, I would say. So here also one thing you have to note as well, how do you know which tone you have to speak on which syllable? So every syllable will have these tone markers. So if there is a tone marker which says like this, for this straight line, it means it's the first tone. And if this tone marker has like a rising line, that means it's a second tone. If it has like this falling and rising, third tone. And if it is a falling tone, it means it's a fourth tone, falling tone. Now you guys are gonna practice with me, okay? So we're gonna practice. You right now you keep yourself mute. We are gonna practice first, and then I'm gonna ask you one by one to say all the four tones with me, okay? So first, let's just practice. First tone. Okay, a very good way to practice is use your hands. When you use your hands and you do this, you really automatically get it. So right now, have a aim to at least differentiate the four sounds in your ears, because right now your ears might be tone deaf. You might not hear the sound, might not realize, okay, what is the first, second tone. So first, our aim is to realize the difference between the four tones, okay? First tone, ah. Repeat after me. Ah. Great. That is ah. Okay, next tone, ah. With your hands, ah. Ah. Okay, third tone, ah. Ah. Fourth tone, ah. Ah. Okay. Okay, let's try Zenul. Yeah, can you say the four tones? If you'll be saying it wrong, I'll help you, but first you try.
First tone would be ah.
Not ah. Ah.
Ah. Second would be ah.
Ah. Great.
Ah. Third would be ah.
Great. Fourth.
Ah.
Okay, fourth is fourth, not ah, but ah.
Ah.
Yeah. Can you say the second and fourth tone again?
Second would be ah.
Ah.
Ah. Ah.
Okay. Okay. Do you recognize the difference between all the four tones, or it's all same to you right now?
It's I actually can see the difference, but like during pronunciation, I cannot feel the difference between the second and the fourth.
Okay. Okay. Can you speak with me? Say first tone. Ah.
Ah,
Second tone. Ah.
ah,
Third tone. Ah.
ah,
Fourth tone. Ah.
ah,
Now you're saying it right. Last one more time. Ah.
ah,
Ah.
ah,
Ah.
ah,
Ah.
ah.
Okay. Now do you feel that difference when
Yeah,
you're saying it? Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Archita, you're next.
Yeah. So the first one is, can I use mama for describing all the terms?
I would recommend you to say ah because we are like taking like one syllable right now and practicing with all of it. Yeah.
So the first one is ah,
Hmm.
then ah.
Hmm.
Third one is ah, and the fourth one is ah.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Okay, Akshay, your turn.
Yes, the first one is ah.
Great.
Second one is one second, it's Uparna. So
It's
this
like
is
mom.
yeah, okay.
Ah.
The second one is ah.
Not ah, but ah.
Ah.
Right.
Okay, that's
And
the
third?
second one. Third one is ah.
Ah. Fourth?
Ah. And the fourth one is ah.
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 Great. Let's repeat once again with me. Ah.
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 Yeah, better. Great. All right. Manu, you're next.
The first one is
Okay.
ah,
Ah.
ah.
Okay.
Second, ah,
Second, can you remember like how to say what? Do you say what or you say what?
ah,
Ah.
ah,
Great. Third tone.
ah,
Third tone is more like mom. Well. Ah.
ah,
Great. Fourth tone.
ah.
Great. Fourth tone was perfect. Ah. Okay. Can you repeat it again with me? First
Yeah.
tone is ah.
Ah,
Second tone ah.
ah,
Third tone ah.
ah,
Fourth tone ah.
ah.
Excellent. Okay, great job. Arun, you're next. Oh, not Arun, sorry, Nehal. Sorry, I forgot. Yeah, Nehal, you're next. You want to first repeat with me and then you do it, or first you want to try yourself?
I can try myself, I think.
Okay, great.
Ah.
Okay, not ah, but
Yeah.
ah.
Ah.
Great, good.
Ah.
Ah.
Ah. Ah.
Ah, great.
Ah.
Fourth is basically you're angry. Ah.
Ah.
Exactly. Okay, once more. Ah.
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 Great job, guys. Awesome. Okay, so now the thing is, I'm going to be very frank and very honest with you. So the tones we did just right now, after 10 minutes, you're going to be forgetting. Maybe after 2 minutes, you're going to forget. So what's the way to remember these tones? The best way to remember these tones is practice by listening. The more you listen and the more you speak by listening, the more you will get. Now, if I give you some kind of a audio where you are listening this, and again listening and again repeating from your mouth, and there is someone to give you feedback as well, you will improve tremendously. So generally what people do is they just keep maybe 3-4 hours of initial classes and make you learn all of this, but it doesn't happen this way. That's why in my course there is a total 6 hours that I devote to it, but it is divided into like 9 classes. And the best way to learn these tones in the combinations. So like you're learning like a combination of first and second tone together, second and third tone together, third and fourth tone together. There are total 20 combinations. So we learn by combinations. So that way you learn actually faster, because in Chinese, generally there are very less one syllable words, but majorly there are 2 syllable or 3 syllable. So we actually need to master how to say things in tone in 2 syllable or 3 syllable. Now, after the tones, I'm coming, okay, wait, we did, okay, we are going to have a break after this, after we finish this. So we are going to learn like 6 finals right now. So that is this A, in English we say it A, O, E, I, U, and a U with umlaut. Let's see how to say it in Chinese. So because we all, okay, all are Indian people here today. So you all can read Hindi, right? So these, all the tones are related to Hindi. Okay, someone has raised his hand. Realme 2. Can you still not hear me? You're still not connected to audio. That's why I say to you guys to at least come 10 minutes before that, so that these problem doesn't arrive in class. Realme 2, can you hear me? Can you please connect yourself to the audio? In the left side, there must be an option connecting to the audio. Yeah, now you're, I can see that you're connecting to audio. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes.
Okay, great. Okay, I'm going to continue the class. So now we're going to learn the tones. The sounds. So, okay, the 6 sounds. So they are really very similar to Hindi. All the sounds are in Chinese are mostly related to Hindi. There are few sounds that you have to use your tongue to actually pronounce it. Otherwise, it's all good. So A in Chinese is pronounced as A. A. O is pronounced in Chinese as O. O. And E is pronounced in Chinese as A. A. Okay. So repeat after me. A. O. A. Okay. Next is the 3 sounds. I in Chinese is pronounced as E. U is pronounced as U. Okay, if you want to write it in your notebook, please, you may write as well. A is A, O is O, E is A, and then I is E, and U is U. Now in Chinese, there is this one difficult, not difficult, but people find it a bit tricky to pronounce it. Yeah, anybody have, okay. A bit tricky to pronounce it. That is the U with the 2 dots. So in actually the sound is E, and how you do pronounce is basically you say E, and then you just close your mouth. Like I'm saying like E like this. Now I have to make a pout and say the same word E. So see. E, E, E. So I want you to guys, I want to see if you can do that. Zenul, can you first say this?
Like you.
Sorry?
It sounded like you to me.
It sounded like you to you.
You. It sounded
okay,
like
let's see. First, can you pronounce these ones, which we just did?
A. O.
Right.
Great. E.
Great.
U.
Okay. Now this sign is basically, can you do this? You have to say E only, but the position of your mouth is like E. Yeah. Can you say it more loudly? E. Hello?
E.
I cannot hear you. E.
E.
Yeah. Exactly. This is the sound. E. So even the Hindi I have written, it's not really ye, like ye or chote ki matra ye. It will be better if you can just remember the way I am telling you, like E and then E. Okay, and you are pronouncing it correct. Next, I want to try with Arun. Arun, Nehal.
Nehal.
Nehal, the next time, please rename yourself. Otherwise, I'll keep
Yeah.
forgetting that.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. First, can you pronounce all the sounds?
A,
Hmm.
O,
Okay, great.
E, U.
Okay, the last one. So, E. So you have to say E, but with this position. E.
U.
Awesome. Perfect. Great job. Okay. Next, we have Akshay. Akshay, all the 6
Yeah.
sounds.
A,
Hmm.
O,
Okay.
A,
Hmm.
E,
Yeah.
U,
Yeah.
and U.
Not oo. Okay,
Okay.
again.
Okay, one second.
You have to say E, but like maybe making a little bit of pout.
Yeah, okay.
E.
U.
Exactly. This is the sound I'm talking about.
Yeah.
E. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, Manu.
Yes.
Yeah.
A,
Very good.
O,
Hmm.
E,
Yeah.
U, E.
Hmm. E. Very good. Perfect sound. Awesome. Okay, who is left? Archita. Archita.
A,
Yeah.
O,
Hmm.
A,
Yeah.
E,
Very good.
U. Sorry, U is U, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and U.
E. Okay. Excellent. Perfect.
I must say this is the best way to teach this. मतलब मुझे ये honestly speaking मुझे आता था how to pronounce it, but the way you have taught them E से U, that's the best thing to do it.
Okay.
मुझे नहीं पता था. I never knew मैं किसी को
Really?
कैसे बताऊं. Seriously, that's the
Wow.
best way.
Okay, I'm so glad that you find that helpful. Yeah, because I really try to make things very, very simpler. So cool.
I've
Thanks for the
never heard of
compliment.
it. This is something that I've learned today. Seriously,
Okay, thanks.
some fine teaching skills.
All right. Anybody else who was real me too? Are you still there? I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
is here. Okay, yeah. What's your name?
Ma'am, Vinay.
Vinay. Oh, hi, Vinay.
Yeah, we-
Okay, can you pronounce these sounds?
Okay, so first is A,
Yeah,
then O,
yeah.
U,
This is
E, the,
Hello. Huh.
so U, E, U, U.
Okay. Repeat with me.
Um,
A,
A,
O,
O,
A,
A,
E,
E,
U.
U,
Okay, now this sound will be E. How do you pronounce it? You say E, but if can you see my face? What I'm doing is instead of
yes, ma'am. Yes,
smiling,
yes,
I'm making a little pout. E. But I'm saying E sound. E sound बोल रही हूँ, but I'm saying it E.
U,
E.
U.
Yeah, a bit like that. Okay, let's move forward. So okay, now okay, give me 1 second. Okay, now just after this we are going to have a break, so we are going to see how these vowels are pronouncing. So okay, one more very important thing that I might forget to mention: tones are always on the vowels. Tones are never on the consonants, never on the initials. It's always on the vowels. So it's very important that we should be able to pronounce these 6 vowels in all the different 4 tones. This is the first step to actually pronouncing all the other syllables in the right way. So pronouncing the first 6 syllables in the all 4 tones. So first I'm going to just make you hear it. Okay, just hear it and see like how does it sound, all the 4 tones with different tones. Let me just share the computer sound. Okay. Okay. Wait. Okay, now I'm starting.
A, 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 O, 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 一一以一五五五五鱼鱼雨玉
So this is something we have to master. That I'm gonna make you speak it after the break. We are gonna have like a 10-minute break now. I guys, so in order to make you learn things properly and like it fits into your brain, I have a lot of resources which I'm gonna give you after the class if you enroll, because this is a trial class. So what kind of resources are those? I just want to show you. So for example, if we want to learn tones, so there's a great way to do it. Listen songs. So we're just gonna see this 1-minute song. I hope you enjoyed that, and one more song for the pinyin so that you can remember it better. Okay, so it's a 3-minute song where they just repeat a or e u e. Okay, so so we are 6 people, right? I'm gonna take one person, and and the one person has to like speak all of this just like one line, okay? And for future classes, like if you think like, okay, we are just going to get opportunity to just speak one line, what about the 5 lines if we are speaking right or not? So I also give you homework. Most of the homeworks are basically related to speaking, so I will be needing your recording where you are speaking all of this, and then I'm going to give you personal feedback on that. So in class we do it in portions, like I'm just asking one person to do one, but otherwise also I'm asking like for personal feedback as well in form of like audios, so you will still get that personal attention. Okay, so let's start with Janul. I want you to speak all the A in 4 tones. Okay. Okay. Not A but A. Great. एक बार प्लीज मेरे साथ भी बोलो. A. 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 Okay, next, Nehal. O sound.
O.
Very good.
O.
Good.
O.
Okay.
O.
I'm impressed. Excellent. No mistakes. Okay, next, Vinay.
Yes, ma'am.
Sound. First, okay, you have not done the tones with me, right?
No.
Next.
No, I did.
You did?
Before. Yeah.
Okay. So, first tone. Second tone. Third tone. Fourth tone. Okay, you have not done the tones with me. In next trial class. Okay,
I'll be on time.
no problem. You can just repeat with me right now. Just do, let's do the E. Okay. Next, Manu. E sound. 4 tones.
E.
Okay. E.
Yeah.
And then second
Do
tone.
the first one again.
Yeah, first is basically when you speak now, उसको खींचना है. You have to just stick to it. E.
E.
हाँ, और generally हम क्या करते हैं? हम करते हैं E. No, not at all. Like you just have to like be constant in that. E.
E.
Yeah, very good. Second tone. E.
E.
Great. Awesome. E. Great. Okay, next Archita. O sound.
The last one?
No, the O sound.
Ooh. Sorry.
It's okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Great. Akshay, last. You have the...
Yeah. Okay.
Very good.
You want me to do that again?
Okay, yeah. So
Okay.
it's E.
Once again.
Yeah.
Okay. This is the first one. Second one is
Yeah. E. Yeah, great. E. Very good. E. Excellent. Awesome. Impressed. Okay. Now we're gonna do some more practice. So again, Archita, can you speak this sound for me? So here you can see the picture, and you can see how the pronunciation of this word is like ah. It's simple. Actually, it's ah. The open your mouth wala. Okay. Next, Akshay, how to say goose in Chinese?
One second. This is okay. One second. This is
Ha. So see ha. Very good. Manu, if you're hungry, how to say it in Chinese? I'm hungry. Sorry. Okay, I'm asking Manu. Yeah. Very good. So in Chinese you will say wa la. I'm hungry. Wa means like I. Wa Okay. Arun. Nehal. This sound.
Oh.
Oh. Okay. Can you say this sound as well?
You.
Very good. Okay. Next we have Zenul. These two sounds.
E.
Okay, not
E.
E, but E.
E.
Very good. Next one.
E.
Okay. Then we have, who is left? Vinay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Which
This one. So repeat it with me. Ooh.
Ooh.
And this one. Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay. Akshay, I want you to speak this one last one.
Ooh.
This one. Okay,
Yeah.
this is okay. Yeah, we haven't. So we are gonna come with this, but the pronunciation for Y with U is actually U sound only. U.
Okay.
E. Great. Now the thing is, you must be noticing over here that this A, this A, and O are coming individually, but when you see this U and when you see this I, they are either coming with Y or coming with W. So what's the trick here? So these are called spelling rules in Chinese. So we have some spelling rules in vowels, which we are going to see whenever they come up. So this is the first rule. So basically, A, O, E doesn't need any support. They can stand individually, but I, U, and E needs support. So when I and U are used as an individual syllable, the consonant Y is added in front of them and the two dots are removed. So what is happening is this YE, which you see it written as YE, the pronunciation is E only. So the Y is silent. So there is nothing is happening for the Y. It's silent and the pronunciation is this E only, but we write it as like YI. And similarly, in the case of E, if it wants to come like individually, it needs support and Y supports it. So Y, U. And here the trick is the U with the two dots are removed. So Y and oo sound doesn't exist in Chinese. There is no sound in Chinese called y, u, u. No. There is always a sound of y, u, that is y, which is the u with the two dots. So what happens with the normal u? It actually gets added with the w. So w with u is actually our oo, the normal oo. And if you see the y with u, it is actually e. So when u is used as an individual syllable, the consonant w is added in front of them. I hope there is no confusion here. What I'm just saying is that there are 6 vowels. 3 vowels can come individually. They don't need support. Other 3 vowels cannot come individually in Chinese. They need support. And Y and W gives them the support. So we write it as like that. But the pronunciation will be like this. So sometimes what happens is people pronounce W-U as woo. Woo. It is not V and U. It is U only. There is no sound of V. Only U sound. Similarly, people say Y-E as ye. Something like ye. It's not ye, but it's only E. E. U. Like that. Okay. So I'm gonna move forward. I'll be also sharing these PDF if like you're in the class. So I would encourage you to write because it actually helps you in retention, memory retention. But even if you forget to write or miss something, I'm gonna give you these as PDF, so you don't have to worry. Okay, now the question is why we are doing this, why we are have like y and like ye. So it makes things easier to read actually. If there is no y or w, so you have to read actually like this, which is a bit weird and difficult to read. So that's why to make the reading easy, we are having the support of I, u and e. Okay, now we are going to come to the speaking part. We are going to learn some vocabulary and a bit of grammar points. So about the Chinese grammar, I just want to quickly tell you there are no conjugations in Chinese. So each verb has only one form, and for that matter, no irregular verbs. So in English, we do go, gone, going, went. I don't know if there's any other form of verb. In Chinese, go is basically chu, and that's it. Similarly, with tenses, there are use of particles to express if the action takes place in past, present, or future. Again, there is no verb change. So you don't say I go, I went in Chinese. You say today I go, yesterday I went. So you use adverb of time to actually use, okay, what you're talking about, past, present, and future. But you really don't change the verb. There are no articles. There's no such thing as a and the. In Chinese, you don't learn that. There are no plurals. There is no horse, horses, knife, knives. It is again explained by adverb of quantity, like many horses, few horses, 1 horses, 10 horses, 0 horses, like that. Then there is no gender. There is no masculine, feminine, or neuter words. So even if you learn the word for he, she, and it is not 3 different words. There is only 1 word for he, she, and it. That is ta. That's it. So what happens this way, you basically learn less vocabulary and still speak more. So I told you there is 409 or 419 syllables in Chinese. So you just need to learn that. But in the English, you have to learn like 1,000+ pronunciation. So words for undergraduate studies that a normal person needs in English is 20,000, whereas in Chinese, it's only 5,000. So you learn quite less, but still speak more. Again, the vocabulary is quite logical here. So what is happening here? You can see how words are making up. So we are going to learn this word for electric, and you see this character tian. Okay. Now and then there are 4 more words. One is brain. Now one is speech, hua, and another is shadow, which is ing. So electric plus brain is basically computer, tian now. Electric plus speech is telephone, tian hua. Electric plus shadow is movie, tian ying. So what is happening is when you learn this one word, electric, you can actually learn 20 more words with the help of this one word, because it's all interrelated and it's quite logical in a lot of times, like electric brain, computer, electric speech, telephone. So vocabulary is quite logical in Chinese language if you learn logically. If you do the ratification, of course, you're not going to get anywhere, but logic really will take you a long way. and I teach with logic everywhere. Okay, now till here, anybody has any problem, or should I move forward? Okay. Okay, Zenul, ask.
No, nothing to ask.
Oh, nothing to ask. Okay, you're just like, okay, no, all right. Okay, so we are going to learn some vocabulary and grammar now. So first, very important thing is how to say hello in Chinese. So the way we say hello in Chinese is basically ni hao. Okay, I want you guys to repeat after me. The more you speak, the more you can speak a language. So be more extrovert when you're speaking or you're practicing a language. Okay, so hello is ni hao. Okay, third tone, ni hao. And if you even cannot remember tone, try to remember or mimic my voice. That will also really help a lot. A lot of people really doesn't get the hang of tone. So what they do is they listen a lot, and they just speak as the Chinese are speaking. So mimicking is again shadowing, mimicking is again a great way to actually start speaking. So hello is ni hao. And if you want to say hello in a polite way, we say it as nin hao, nin hao. So here, this hello, ni hao, ni means you, hao means good. So Chinese people are actually saying, oh, you're looking good, you're good. That is like a very cultural meaning of that. But the but ni hao now, it is basically in English, we say it like hello. But if you go deeper down into it, it actually means you, good. So because Chinese has like, Chinese people are very polite, like as the Japanese culture is also very, very respectful, and they're like very polite language. Similarly, Chinese is also very polite language. So the cultural meaning is basically they are trying to say, oh, you're looking so good. The moment they meet you, they want to compliment you. That's how their culture was. Ni hao, you good, or hello. And nin is the polite form of you. So similarly in Hindi, we also have like tu, tum, aap. So aap is basically nin and tum is basically ni. So if you are if you are in a business meeting, if you have to wish your elders or any Chinese elder, you say nin hao. Otherwise, for everyone else, you say ni hao, ni hao. Okay. Okay. Next, okay, guys, can you just unmute yourself? I think I really need respond, otherwise I feel I'm not teaching anyone. Akshay, Manu, just remove it. Remove, yeah, the word. And again, all of you together say it with me, ni hao.
Ni hao.
Great. Yeah. And nin hao.
Nin hao.
Yeah, great. Okay, next word that we are going to do is the teacher. How to say hello to your teacher. So first of all, the word for teacher is just listen and repeat. Okay, you don't have to know right now all the syllables. Just listen and repeat. Lao. Can you say lao?
Lao.
Shi. Shi. Yeah. Yeah. It's not she. It is not she. It is shi. Sh. Shalgam wala. And then adha r ka sound. Lao shi.
Lao shi.
Lao shi.
Yeah, great. Manu, Nehal, Lao shi.
Lao
Lao
shi.
shi.
Great. So Lao shi is basically teacher. So how do you say hello to your teacher? You don't say ni hao Lao shi. You don't say hello teacher. But if you want to say hello to your teacher, you say Lao shi hao. Can you say Lao shi hao?
Lao shi
Lao shi hao.
Great, great. So Lao shi hao is basically hello teacher. Lao shi hao. So Lao shi. So here also each word has its own meaning. So Lao is basically means old and shi basically means master. So someone who is old enough, who has mastered some kind of a skill is actually known as a teacher, which makes sense, right? So Lao shi is, that's how we derived Lao shi. Okay, now some plurals, sorry,
So,
some
question.
pronouns that we're going to, yeah.
So in sure,
Yeah.
it was you didn't say she.
No, I didn't say
But-
she, it's shi.
Yeah, correct. So but
Yeah.
I may, when you taught before, it was e and then
Yeah.
it was e.
Yeah.
So,
So-
why did
Yeah, the thing is because we haven't started doing the syllable. So this syllable, SH, this is the silent I over here. and we get to know when we do the pinyin and the tones. So today we have just done the one part of pinyin. We have like 9 lessons to it, and I've just covered one lesson. So I think
Understood.
in the 4th lesson you will discover why it is not she, why it is sh. You'll get to know that. But
Got
right
it.
now you can like assume that this I is a silent I. Okay.
Got it.
I have
Alright.
a big question.
Yeah.
So when Mandarin is in written form,
Yeah.
then it will always have both the things, the character as well as in pinyin. Is that correct?
In your notebooks, in your textbooks, maybe yes, till HSK 1 and 2 level. In reality, if you go to China, no. In menus or even the board signs, it will not have pinyin. Not always.
They'll
Yeah.
just have the characters, right?
Yeah, they'll have the characters. So characters are definitely becomes, so if you're learning like it as a hobby, you don't have to really learn characters. But if you're learning as like a proper language, character becomes very essential to learn. You can't really survive with characters, because now I said, if you even want to send a text, you can't send a text in pinyin. A person will not able to understand you because there are so many syllables. Now like for lao, there is 10 kinds of lao. Even there is laoshu. If I say it in another tone, it becomes mouse. No, mouse is laoshu. The honest. There is a word called honest, and it is also like a similar syllable, laoshu. So you can't really use pinyin to survive for a longer period of time. It's good for like initial phase, but you really need to get into characters as well. That's what I recommend. And learning characters is super easy, super logical. It really seems like, what is this? We don't understand anything. Unfortunately, because we only have 90 minutes, I can't really explain characters. If you guys are interested in knowing it, you can sign up for a Sunday workshop as well, or for my classes, because that class will also have this Chinese characters, but it's very logical. Okay. All right. I'm going to move forward quickly. Okay. Now we are going to learn some pronouns. So first is I. I is wo, 3rd tone. Wo. Can you say it with me? Wo.
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 Right.
Wo.
Great. So I or me, anything, it will be wo. So if you're using me also, we'll only gonna use one word, that is wo. There are no 2 different words for I and me. Okay. You is ni, 3rd tone. Ni.
Ni.
Great. And he, she, it, we have one word, that is tha. It is thermos ka tha. Tha.
Ta.
Great. Now again, wo ni tha. Can you say it? Wo ni tha. Yeah, right. I'm listening and it's all
Wo.
correct.
Ni.
Hmm.
Ta.
Not tha, but tha.
Ta.
Yeah, wo ni tha. Okay. Okay, now the word for yes is shi. So if you want to say yes, you say shi. But this shi is also means is, am, are, was, were. 5 words in one vocabulary. And also like to be. So we don't really need to learn 5 different words. It's just shi that we need to learn. So can you guys say with me? Shi.
Shi.
Yeah, it's the 4th tone. Shi. So 我是 becomes I am. 你是 you are. 他是 he is or she is or it is. Now, okay, so how to tell your name? Like I'm Samriddhi. We say it as 我是 Sam. Okay. Nehal, can you introduce your name?
我是 Nehal.
Okay, great. Vinay.
我是 winner.
Okay, great. Akshay.
我是 Akshay.
Okay, great. Manu.
我是 Manu.
Great. And Zenul.
我是 Zen.
Yeah, great. So that's how basically you introduce your name. 你好，我是 Sam. That's it. And now how to say goodbye? Okay, goodbye in Chinese is, now again, listen and repeat. Z, z, that mosquito wala, z, that kind of sound. Zai. First syllable. Zai. Yeah, good. Zai. Can everybody else speak as well? Zai.
Zai.
Zai. Okay. Next is J-I-A-N. Remember the ch, chammach wala chi, and you have to say chi, an, chien. 再见. Right. Right.
再见
Exactly. 再见. And the fourth tone, all are in the fourth tone. 再见.
再见
Right, right. So 再见 is basically means see you again. So 在 is basically means again, and 见 means like see you. So even if I have to say, like see you tomorrow, so I'm gonna put the word for tomorrow and then 见. So tomorrow is like 明天, so I will say 明天见. So every time you want to say something, see you tomorrow, see you Wednesday, see you anything, the 见 will come again and again. So yeah, so we did 你好，我是 Sam，再见. Can you say these things, Archita?
你好，我是林月，sorry，我是 Archita，再见。
Great. Vinay?
你好，我是 Winner。
And how to say goodbye?
再见，
हाँ, 再见, ठीक है? Okay.
再见。
Okay, Akshay?
你好，我是 Akshay。 And 再见。
Great, good. Manu?
你好，我是 Manu。
Yeah, right.
再见。
Awesome. Okay, not 再见, it's again English that you're speaking, but 再见.
再见。
That's better. Great. Okay, Zainul?
你好，我是 Zen，再见。
Okay, great, awesome. Last, Nehal.
你好，我是 Nehal，再见。
Awesome, great. Okay.
Smriti, my brother is sitting with me.
Yeah.
And can you just listen to his pronunciation too, because he's just running away.
Sure.
你好，我是 Lakshay， 再见。
Great. थोड़ा और tones के साथ. 你好.
你好。
Say it with, yeah, 我是.
我是
whatever your name is, Lakshay. Okay. 再见.
再见。
That's better. That's much better. Great.
Thanks.
Yeah. All right. Okay, so last thing we are going to do today is basically how to say I love you in Chinese. We all want to always know how to say I love you in many languages, so why not Chinese? So I have a very fun way to actually make you learn how to say I love you. I know we can really learn in a simple way as well, because we have already done I and you, but there's a fun way to remember, so why not? So what do you see here? What is this? Wall. So you just break it down. Wall, and what is this? I. Okay. And what is this part of your body part?
Knee.
Exactly. So in Chinese, basically, I love you is 我爱你, 我爱你. Or like I love you. It's love is basically I, and I and you already know 我爱你. So yeah, that's how you say 我爱你. Guys, can you say it together? 我爱你.
我
爱你。
Great. 我也爱你. Yeah, 我爱你. So that's how you say I love you. Okay, so that was the today's class. So we haven't covered a few things that you will cover in your first class, because it's a 90-minute class. Now, before just ending up this session, I just want to quickly tell you about this beginners Chinese course if any of you or your friends are interested. So this beginners Chinese course which I've come up with, it's a very unique course. It's a 12-week course. So the first, and there are 2 sections of it. So it's not you have to buy the whole course together. You can first start with the Chinese for absolute beginners. We're going to do the tones and pronunciation mastery, basic greetings, expression for small talk, how to show politeness and concern, and a lot of things, numbers, family members, introducing yourself, and a 2-hour class on Chinese characters. So you will be able to speak at least 100 sentences, and you're done with your tones and pronunciation. If after this you also want to continue Chinese, you can choose for the basic level 1. which is completely based on topic based conversations. So we are going to do daily routine, which includes time, date, directions, expressing ability, clothes and food shopping, going to a restaurant, means of transportation, talking about weather and health. So you're going to get like, we are going to learn a 200 plus vocabulary, 60 grammar points, cultural things in Chinese, application, website, podcast, YouTube recommendations, speaking practice, any kind of assistance, self-curated PDF, audio material, and practice exercises. And every language has some levels. Like, you know, all the languages have 6 levels. So this will help you in getting your first level, that is A1 level, HSK1. So it will be beneficial for your preparation, because it actually exceeds the information which HSK1 has, but it also includes all the information. So because it exceeds, so yeah. Now the course fee for the absolute beginners is again 8,020 hours. I think I'm gonna keep a 6 people batch. Today when I'm teaching you guys, I think I don't want to go for 8. 6 is the ideal. I can give quality teaching. And basic level 1 is again for 8,025 hours. Again, I'm gonna keep 6 people batch. And if you're interested in one-on-one session, the fees is 1,000 INR. I have a weekend batch starting on 29th August. You have plenty of time to think. Weekday batch for September. Okay, so for weekend batch, I only have 5 spots available. And for weekday, I have 7 spots. And the last date for registration is 25th August. So if you guys are interested, you can let me know. And I'm going to end this class by saying one thing, that there is a really great proverb in Chinese, which is 千里之行始于足下. That is, a journey of 1,000 miles start with one single step. Take that one step today and join the Vignes Chinese course with me. 谢谢. So 谢谢 is like thank you in Chinese. That's a very useful word as well. 谢谢. Can you say it with me?
谢谢.
Great. Yeah, 谢谢.
谢谢.
Okay, guys, that was
Thank you.
awesome. Thank you for being such a lovely students. All right, I'll see you. Bye bye.
Thanks everybody.
Thank you
Bye-bye.
so much.
Yeah.